YouTube, Corncob Piper coming at you. It is Friday afternoon. Hope everybody is having a great start to their weekend. No, it's been a while since I've been able to do a video. Things have just been crazy busy for me at work, and it is now headed towards wintertime here in Southwest Florida. Things are cooling down, so I'm also outside in all of my spare time working in the yard, getting the gardens ready. So I do apologize for my absence for the last couple weeks, but I am back, and we are going to do another review of one of my autumn blends that I've chosen. I'm down to my last two. This one is going to be a Burley blend today, being as it is Friday, and I like to enjoy my Matches 860 Friday 7LA on Friday, so I chose the Burley blend for today. And that blend that we're going to review is 4Noggins Harvest Moon. So basically chosen this one as an autumn blend just for the name. For those of you that don't know, the Harvest Moon is the first full moon after the autumn equinox. Autumn equinox is September 21st. Now, while normally the full moon does fall in October, occasionally it can fall in September. I think on this year it was like, I want to say October 5th was the Harvest Moon. But do not quote me on this. And the reason that it's called the Harvest Moon is basically that was an indication for people living up north before technology came along. They would wait for the full moon to do their harvest. Obviously, they were trying to get everything harvested before that first frost, so the grain, all their vegetables and fruits and everything to store for the winter, make their cider from their apples, things of that nature. And the reason why they chose to do the harvest on the night of the harvest moon is because that full moon would light up the night sky, and they could harvest into the night and still be able to see before, obviously, electricity and lights came along. So, fun blend, I think. This one's a pretty good one, at least in my opinion. We'll get back to that in a minute. This is made up of, obviously I said it's Burley based. It's made up of cube cut Burley, Latakia, and Virginia. And we'll go ahead and let's take a look at what this stuff looks like. Alright, so here we are, and I don't know if you can see this too good. Maybe if I move it up a little bit towards the camera. You can see the cube cut Burley in there. Obviously the lighter colored stuff, the ribbon is the red Virginia, and then obviously the darker flake is the Latakia. So the main component in here is obviously the Burley. I don't know if you can see this, but I can get it focused. There's one of the Burley cubes. The main component in here obviously is the Burley. Second, I would say probably the Latakia, and then the base component is the Virginia. But it's actually a pretty cool looking blend. I think this is probably one of the nicest looking tobacco blends that I've seen. The colors just mesh well together, and does kind of look like a pile of decaying leaves, so fits this time of year quite nice. Alright, so for pouch note on this stuff, comes across on the pouch note as smelling super sweet. And when I first tried this, I did a little bit of research because I thought that there might have been some kind of topping in here. Now, I don't know if maybe these Virginias are cased with sugar. I know they're definitely not topped. It's about all the information that I could find. I have to guess that there probably is a sugar casing, at least on the Virginia in here, just because it smells so sweet. Either that, or they've found a very sweet strain of red Virginia, and they've put it in this blend. Do pick up some grass hay-like notes also from that Virginia, from the Burley. I definitely get quite a bit of nuttiness, a little bit of molasses, and then obviously the Latakia is ever present in the pouch note, and it adds that, you know, definitely smoky scent to it. So all in all, this is actually a pretty good smelling pouch note. The sweetness does lend itself towards the taste as well. So if you have, you know, if you like Burleys and the smokiness of Latakia, but you're craving a little bit of sweetness, this is definitely going to be, you know, in the right, you know, right up your alley, I guess. .7LA 673 KS, aka the Matches 860 Friday 7LA. So for the overall taste profile on this, first and foremost, is the burley. You definitely, when you smoke this, know that it is a burley blend. Does come a little bit on the moist side. I went ahead and dried this out maybe 15 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes before I smoked it. Basically, the moisture is held pretty much in the burley cubes. The ribbon is pretty much ideal, but the burley cubes are definitely a little bit on the moist side. And you'll want to allow for some dry time. I did try breaking up the burley cubes during one of the smokes of this. I found that leaving them whole, the cubes whole, and just putting them in the bowl lends to a longer, smoother, just more pleasing smoke. So let's get back to the taste profile. So we'll start with the burleys because it's first and foremost. Super, super nutty. In line with probably like Cornell and Deal burley nuttiness. However, how I can smell the dark fruit molasses smell in the pouch note. Don't really pick up a whole lot of that in the taste. But I really enjoy the nuttiness of the burley in here. That Latakia in there definitely is a condiment. Just enough to add a smokiness, that subtle smokiness with each puff. I think it also lends a little earthiness to this blend, which is nice. And they really have put just the right amount of Latakia in here to still let the burley shine. But to, also remind you that, hey, a little bit of Latakia in here for you to enjoy also. Does have a tendency to require a few relights. Nothing super significant. Once it gets going, it burns pretty well. Will burn down to a fine white ash. I'm able to smoke this all the way to the bottom of my pipe. There is no tongue bite. Smoke this pretty aggressively. Now that the weather's cool, I really enjoy smoking this blend outside on a cool morning. And when I'm doing that, I puff on this stuff like a locomotive, and it's never bit me once. This is now my 6th, maybe 7th bowl of this, which is probably an indication of what I think about it, because I've only been smoking it for a few days. And then the Virginias, super, super sweet. Like I said, I don't know if they're cased or it's just a super sweet strain of Virginia they're using in here. But you definitely pick up that sweetness, which makes this quite enjoyable as well. Definitely get that grassy hay-like note, which is my favorite part of smoking a red Virginia. I love the taste of that hay, and if it's sweet on top of that, that to me is an ideal Virginia. The Virginia in here actually almost reminds me of McClellan Red Cake. It's that kind of taste profile, super sweet, but very hay and grass-like notes just hitting you. The Virginia stays in the background, but every once in a while you get those certain punches of the sweetness and the grass and the hay, and then the nuttiness from the burley, a subtle smokiness from the Latakia. Makes this just a great blend. And if you're looking for like a lighter blend with some Latakia in it, kind of in the genre of like early morning pipe, this might be a good alternative to try if you want to try something similar to that, but with quite a bit more burley in it. Great for a cold day. You like smoking outside when it's cool out, this is definitely a good blend to bring with you. Out of all the blends that I've chosen so far for to smoke during the autumn, this is definitely in my top 3. No really negatives to say about this other than it does require a couple relights, but that's no big deal really for me. Just a wonderful all-around great this time of year, autumn towards the winter smoke. So for my 5-star rating of 4Noggins, obviously before I do the rating, this stuff is only available at 4Noggins. It's one of their house blends. I've only bought an ounce of it. I plan on picking up more. I want to say I spent like maybe $3.50 on the ounce of this stuff. I also picked up some Hobbit's Weed match of theirs. And when I ordered it, I ordered up some John Patton blends and this one. Or no, I take that back. I didn't order the Hobbit's Weed match. I specifically went in there to get some of the John Patton stuff. And I saw this one as I was perusing their website and decided to throw this in the cart. And I am super glad I did. And I know there's some of you out there that you don't really ever buy from 4Noggins just because I hear some negative stuff about the owner. So, if you don't buy from them, obviously you can't get it, but I'm not holding that against anybody. I'm not opposed to buying from them, but I know a lot of people are, and it's definitely your opinion, and I appreciate your opinion. I don't order from 4Noggins too often, but they do have a few blends that you can only get there, and I will continue to buy them from there until there is ever an alternative to get them somewhere else. So 5-star rating for 4Noggins Harvest Moon. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 4.5 out of 5. Another great find here. Definitely one that I would encourage you to try if you're into burley blends and you also enjoy some Latakia. And then there is that nice sweetness that I mentioned to you before. So 4.5 stars out of 5 for 4Noggins Harvest Moon. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope to get my last review done on Sunday for this autumn series because I have now ordered up some Christmas blends. I ordered up some Peretti Thanksgiving Day a couple days ago, and as soon as that gets there, I'm going to start making the transition over to my Christmas blends. I'll do another video of showing what I plan on smoking for Christmas. Hope you come along with me for the journey on smoking and reviewing those as well. So as always, YouTube, keep on piping.